What's up? My name is Kamal, and today we're just going to be adjusting this small gap we have in the hood here. For those of you that are new to the channel, this thing was totaled. It was in an accident, got hit from behind pretty bad when my dad was stopped at a stoplight and it pushed him into the car in front of him. So we had to get a new bumper, and as well as the bracket for the hood latch. And there's 3 bolts that hold that in place. So when I put it back together, I think it's just a little bit high. Yeah, what we're gonna do today is just pull the front bumper off. Adjust that down a little bit just to make this gap a little more flush. Because the hood does stick up a little bit above where the bumper is. All right, so we've got the bumper just about ready to take off. So I thought I'd just quickly go over all the bolts you have to take off instead of going one by one because it would take a while. First thing is just you can take the headlights out. This is the tool that's in the trunk of your Cayenne, and there's just 2 access points here on both sides, obviously. Stick this down through there, and you're getting on this bad boy right here. And the only thing to note with that is you actually turn to the left to loosen this side to take it out. And then this one's actually the opposite. You turn to the right, and that's how you take the headlights out, and they just slide right out. All of the screws you'll need is T30 Torx, a Phillips head, and 10 millimeters isn't bad to have either. There's 4 T30 screws up here on the front of the bumper. And then there's some T30s and some Phillips heads on the bottom here. I actually took the underbody panel out because we're changing the oil today. You might be able to actually get away with leaving that on because these are still accessible, the T30s that hold on this underside of the bumper. As far as the fender liners, didn't actually take all of them off, just took the ones basically forward from your suspension are the ones that we took off. And then you have the, these are the side marker bulbs here. And then there's just one connector that connects up in here. The one larger connector right there. That actually supplies all the electrical going across, so both your fog lights and everything. The only thing on the other side is this other bulb. And then the only other thing that makes this kind of a pain for you is if you have the washer system for your headlights, because that's gonna be a pain to disconnect. This car had it, but we actually deleted it because this bumper doesn't even have the openings for it. The last 2 bolts I want to talk about, which are the 2 that I think most people miss, and they're the most tricky to get to, is right up in here. There's a T30 going that direction. You see where the hole is to it. And then there's one actually going the opposite direction.
Okay, yeah, I see it now.
All right. So those are the 2 trickiest to find. If you've never taken this off before, it might be a little bit like stuck, but there it is. And then you can see in here, there's these 3 tracks, and then also the 3 pieces here that slides onto. And then this, for reference, is the washer system for the headlights, which we, as you can see, just cut that and blocked it off. The only other thing I forgot to mention is up top here where you have these 4 T30s, you also have these 2 plugs that go in here and just push in. Some of you are probably watching this because you do need to adjust your hood a little bit as well. So ours obviously is a little bit high, so we need to make it lower. You do have these 2 knobs right here, which make contact with the hood here. I guess you also have these little rubber stops. If you want to try to make adjustments without doing all of this, you know, maybe you could loosen this a little bit to see if you could bring it up if yours looks like it's too low. But since ours needs to go further down, you know, we could tighten these, but that would just make it so the hood like has a little bit of play. So what we actually need to do is bring this whole bracket assembly down where the hood actually latches in right here. This is held in by 3 T30s. You have the one here at the bottom, and then the 2 up top, which there are these 2 access holes that actually get to the 2 T30s up top. But there is like, there's more of an oval shape, so you can see like it can move up and down. Yeah, so I think I might lower it, try to just put it all the way at the bottom. The gap is definitely better. The only other thing you can look at, if you kind of look at the fender and the hood here where it lines up, I could tell this was higher before. All right, so we just been messing around with this a little bit. I did loosen these again and just put it lower. Also just kind of messed around with these. I took this all the way out just so I could show you guys. This is actually all just like rubber. And then it just, you can see where it kind of like starting in here. When you get lower, it does get tighter, and it's a size 22 socket that goes over this. I don't use a ratchet or anything. That just gives you kind of like more grip to tighten it down. Because I did notice that lowering these does kind of just affect the edges here. So yeah, I'm gonna get this even to that one, and then we'll button it all up and show you guys. All right, well, we got everything buttoned back up. Got it as good as we could with messing with everything. When you rub your hand on here, it's not perfect, but it's definitely better than what it was. This thing's rough looking, but that's all right. It's been through a lot. If you could like the video, subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot of Cayenne videos that you might find helpful in the future. So, peace.